Today we are talking about the Nature's Sunshine Cleanse, the power of being clean. But before I do, just want a show of hands. Has anyone here already done the Nature's Sunshine Cleanse before, the Healthy Starter Program? Okay, so most of you. I should probably sit down. You all know what it's all about. So before I go into what we're going to cover, just to give you a little bit of background, my history is in the fitness industry, and I've worked with a number of clients in nutrition and exercise, particularly in the area of weight loss and health, obviously. And I actually have three, what I like to call truths, three principles that I kind of base all my work on. The first of which is to detoxify as opposed to diet. So we all know when we're trying to weight loss, we go on a diet, right? We've all done that, surely. But in this day and age, in the environment we're living in the 21st century, it's a very different ballgame. Would we agree? Trying to lose weight now or get healthy now is a very different approach to, maybe 20, 30, 40, 50 years ago. Agreed? Yeah, okay. So the first principle is to cleanse the body. The second is to make sure that you have lots of nutrition going into the body, counting the nutrients, not the calories. Would we agree with that? Yes? And the third truth is to balance hormones, which I'm sure we all now understand have a massive impact on our health and obviously on our weight. Correct? Yes, okay. So the power of clean, it's a principle. You mustn't forget this. If you want to get success, whether it's health or weight loss, you've got to clean the body, and I'm going to show you why in a second. So my first question we're going to cover today is, are you a toxic waste dump? Maybe, maybe not. If you are, I'm going to show you what you can do about it. We need to clean up to lean up. So those of you in the room who want a bit of weight loss or want to help your customers lose weight, you have to clean up to lean up. And then I'm going to go through the Nature's Sunshine Cleanse products for you. How does that sound? Good. Okay. So, are you a toxic waste dump? Yes or no? Why? Why are you a toxic waste dump? Shout out. Don't be shy. Okay, we're living in a toxic environment. What else? The food we're eating is not entirely clean. What else? Negative emotions become toxic. Definitely. What else? Alcohol. Big one. Yes. Xenoestrogens, obesogens, all of these things. So I'm going to turn that around and say, sorry, but you are a toxic waste dump. There's no getting away from it. And actually, there's studies now to show, and I'm sure you all know this, you're all health professionals, there's studies now to show that even unborn children have toxins in their systems. Isn't that horrific? Yeah. So we can't get away from it. So, as a mother-to-be, for example, that's a perfect reason to go through a cleanse, because you've got to give your child the best start in life, a nice clean start. So we've already established we need to clean the body. Why? Because we live in this toxic world. And we've got toxins coming in from all sorts of angles. And we've already shouted out some already, but we've got toxins coming in from the outside, which we call exogenous toxins. We've also got toxins coming in from or being produced inside the body, our endogenous toxins. So, of course, the obvious things like pollution, car fumes, exhaust fumes, etc. We've also got our toxic foods that we've talked about already. And collectively, all of the toxins, the sprays, the herbicides, the pesticides, all of these things coming in and contacting our food, which we've already heard about from Linda, these collectively are called POPs, or persistent organic pollutants. Have you guys heard that term before? Yes, no, maybe? Well, you won't forget it now, POPs. And I'm going to speak a little bit more about how these not only can affect our health, but our weight directly as well. So coming in from the inside of the body, if we have bad bacteria in our digestive tract, they produce certain toxins which are no good for us. Claire just said stress, negative emotions are toxic. And our stress hormones, such as cortisol, that can become a toxin. And also, of course, free radical damage, that's very toxic to the body. Are we all on the same page? Yeah, good. So all of this combined, all of these toxins coming into the body can certainly affect a number of conditions within the body. I'm not going to run through them all, but you can see from things such as fertility issues, heart disease, mood swings, cancer even, and then our kind of environmental issues our environmentally influenced conditions such as fibromyalgia, chronic fatigue, ME, all of these sorts of issues are definitely affected by the toxins in our environment. So I just want to show you actually one paper really quickly. This is a study that was done in 2006, so not too long ago. And what's shocking, I think really shocking about this, is that this was a study in diabetes care, and it's showing us that there is now a direct link between the toxins coming into our body from the environment, making us insulin resistant. So meaning that that will contribute to the development of type 2 diabetes. And that's just the toxins. That's nothing to do with the nutrition or exercise or smoking or any of those other things. It's the toxins in the environment, the POPs, persistent organic pollutants. There's another study, same journal, different year, so diabetes care again. I'll just read this out to you. It says, these findings suggest that persistent organic pollutants, POPs, may be associated with type 2 diabetes risk by increasing insulin resistance. And also, these POPs may interact with obesity to increase type 2 diabetes risk. So everybody do this. Okay, imagine that is your cell, a cell in your body. And your fingers and your thumbs are creating or making up the cell wall. What do we know about toxins when they get into the body? Where do they like to sit? Yeah, in the fatty areas, right? What's the membrane of your cells made up of predominantly? Fat, yeah. So imagine all of these toxins coming into your body and sitting around the membrane. Do you think you can get good stuff into those cells? No. Can you get bad stuff out? Not really. So what happens is we get insulin resistance, we get poor hormone signaling amongst our cells, we get all sorts of complications leading to chronic disease and weight gain as well. Does that make sense? Okay, so if we have healthy cells, we have a healthy system. Healthy system, obviously, we can get the aesthetic results we want and obviously the health results we want. This is a great word. This word, obesogens, has been coined very recently in the functional medicine world. So probably, as you can guess, as the name suggests, these are things like, who mentioned xenoestrogens before? We had that mentioned. So these are obesogens, chemicals in the environment that shouldn't really be there, but they're affecting us directly in terms of weight gain. They're changing our hormones, they're changing how much nutrition we can get into our body, and therefore affecting our weight. So if you've got any clients, customers, etc., who want to lose weight, you have to start with a cleanse. There's no way around it. Do we agree? Good. Okay. So I say to my clients when they come in and say, I'm really overweight and I want to do something about it, I hate my body fat, and I say, we should be thankful for your body fat, actually, because it saved your life, most likely. Or it is saving your life. It's saving your health. The reason being, we've already established, right, toxins like to sit in fatty tissue. So thank God we have got fat cells, because if we didn't, all of these toxins coming into the environment would be coming into our body from the environment, would be circulating around our blood system, causing all sorts of free radical damage in a much greater kind of way than they are now. So our body protects us with fat. But if you want to get rid of body fat, i.e. lose some weight, you need to encourage your body to do so through cleansing, because that's the only way you're going to draw the toxins out of the body and allow that body fat to be used efficiently for energy. Does that make sense? Okay, so thank God for our body fat. Thank God also for this amazing organ, the liver, because it does most of the cleansing for us. And, you know, our liver will cleanse the body regardless of whether we put herbs into the body or not, but if we put herbs into the body, we encourage a much more efficient cleanse. Yeah? So I'm not sure if you're all familiar with the liver and how it functions in different phases, but just to kind of really simplify that for you, we have 2, some say 3, phases of liver cleansing, liver detoxification. And what happens is, first of all, we get these toxins coming into the body. We know that. And we know they're fat-soluble. They like to sit around fatty tissue. So they come into the body, and they go through phase 1 of cleanse. And this is basically where the body tries to chelate or attach the toxin to some kind of mineral or vitamin. That's the easy way to explain it. So we need a buddy or a security guard or someone to escort that toxin through the liver as it does the cleaning. And we come to like what we call an intermediary phase. So we've got one toxin coming in, or many, but just say one for now, coming in. It's getting buddied up by, say, a B vitamin. And then that changes the kind of molecular structure or the makeup of that toxin. And in some cases, this intermediary phase can be more toxic to the body than the original toxin. So we have to have what going into the system to make sure that this intermediary phase doesn't cause a lot of free radical damage. What do we need? Antioxidants. Brilliant. Where do we get those from? Zambrosa, yes. So lots of Zambrosa on cleanse. So yes, antioxidants there. Then, once this toxin has been dealt with kind of halfway, it then becomes water-soluble. So we go into phase 2. It's now ready to be detoxified, eliminated, cleansed from the body, from the system, and that's obviously through sweat or through going to the toilet. Okay? And for this phase to happen really efficiently, we need a lot of amino acids. So how many people, or how many of you guys have ever either experienced a detox or cleanse where there's been kind of not really a lot of food involved? There's a lot out there, right, where you just kind of cut food. Well, actually, that can be, in this day and age, in the 21st century where there's a lot of toxicity to deal with, that can actually put you on the back foot. You might not get a full, complete cleanse because you're missing out on the proteins. So remember that. I'm going to show you what you should ideally eat along with the Healthy Starter Program in a second. So that's just to sum up or give you a very easy overview of the liver and how it works. But the liver is not the only thing that cleanses the body. We have a whole detoxification system, and it's called a system for a reason. There are many other parts of the body that play a role in getting the toxins out. For example, your cells, they have to eliminate toxic waste. We've got the blood to transport the toxic waste. We've got the gut to obviously mass elimination. We have the liver, obviously, we've talked about, and the kidneys as well. They all do a job together to cleanse the body. So to effectively boost this system, because as I say, this system will do the job whether we're taking herbs or not, but it's how efficiently it does it. Okay, do we agree? Yeah? So we need to take in some herbs, some products, to boost the efficiency of that system. And we need to do that in this day and age because we are not living in the world that we once did. We are living in a toxic environment, so we need an extra helping hand. And the brilliant thing about the Healthy Starter Program, which is the Nature Sunshine Cleanse pack, is that it works through all of those systems I just mentioned. It's not just the liver, but there are products in here, there are herbs and botanicals that help to clean the blood, clean through the kidneys, so the filtration systems, the liver, obviously, the bowels. So everything is taken care of in this one little package. And I'm going to go through what these are individually. Are you all with me so far? Have I lost anyone? Okay, good. So first up is, of course, the Healthy Starter pack, which is 5 capsules, a combination of various herbs and botanicals, which, again, help to work through the entire elimination systems of the body. So we take these sachets for 10 days, and there are 30 sachets in each packet. And obviously, you can do the maths. So 10 days, 30 sachets, it's 3 sachets a day, typically. And ideally, we're taking them, as I say, alongside a nice, healthy, balanced diet with good proteins, be them plant or animal, doesn't matter. You've got to get those into the system. So as I said, they're little sachets, so it makes it really easy to do the cleanse. Now, I'm a massive fan of things like juicing, etc., but it's pretty tricky to try and do that, isn't it, and kind of do all your other stuff, try to make the juice, etc. Whereas this, you can take the sachets with you in your handbag, in your pocket, and boom, job's a good one. Nice and easy. So combined in here, we have the digestive health products. We have the liver health formula in there as well. Cranberry and buchu, which you all know that you can buy individually as well for the urinary system. psyllium hulls, which provide the fiber to help bulk your stools so that you can actually move the toxins through the body. And then we've got the HS2, which is like a nice blood cleanse. So there we go, those are the 5 products. We also encourage you to take something called liquid chlorophyll, and I'm sure you've all tried this already. Now, chlorophyll, as you know, as the name suggests, is the stuff that makes plants green, basically. And what we know, what we believe about chlorophyll is that it is cleansing and it is alkalizing, and of course it's high in antioxidants. And we know in the intermediary phase, remember, go back a few slides, we need lots of antioxidants, right? So this is brilliant to take alongside the Healthy Starter Pack. And then finally, once you've completed the 10 days, we really encourage you to take on a good bacteria. Why do you think you want to do that? Come on. Yeah, repopulate the gut. Yeah, absolutely, because we've gone through a cleanse, right? So we've kind of stripped it all out. And now the best time to put good bacteria into the digestive tract is when it's all nice and clean, yeah? So if you imagine, has anyone ever redecorated their living room? Yeah, I'm sure most of you have. So would you, when you redecorate your living room, just go into a dirty wall and just start putting loads of fresh paint all over it? No. You'd strip it down, you'd clean it up, you might replaster a little, whatever, and then you put the nice new paint on. Think about that whenever you're putting the good bacteria back into your gut after a cleanse. Okay, best time to do it. So, what do we eat then when we're on this cleanse? What do we eat? Well, I don't know if you guys have seen this study that came out recently from the Newcastle University, right here in the UK, and it showed us, it proved for the first time that this is, there's been an ongoing debate, hasn't it? Is organic better for us? Is it not? Has it got more nutrition? Has it not? Well, the study has proved that yes, it does, by about 60%. 60% higher nutritional value in organic produce than in non-organic. I'll just read this out to you. It says, this study demonstrates that choosing food produced according to organic standards can lead to increased intake of nutritionally desirable antioxidants and reduced exposure to toxic heavy metals. Boom. Get some organic. So when you are cleansing the body, when you're following the Healthy Starter program, we advise that you eat organic where possible, because you don't really want to be putting in the toxins as you're trying to get them out. Does that make sense? Now, not everyone can afford organic, not everyone can access organic, and that's cool, but if you can, we definitely advise it. So there are certain foods, certain things that I like to call triggers that we need to cut from the diet for the 10-day period, and longer if you can. Things like, you know, it's no surprise, alcohol, it's pretty obvious. Sugar, again, very obvious. Now, what do we know about sugar in the liver? Come on, we must know. Oh, you don't know? Well, you know, sugar is just as damaging to the liver as alcohol. Did you know that? In fact, in some people, if they've got the genes for it, it can be more damaging. So we get the sugar out. We get rid of processed foods, anything that's got any additives and colorings, etc. We cut wheat and gluten as well. I'm not going to go into that into any great detail now because we could be here till next Sunday. Cow's dairy and red meat, just because we want the digestive tract to be as kind of relaxed and having an easy time, because cleansing is quite a stressful process for the body. So if you've got lots of hard to digest things in there, then it's just going to kind of counter the whole effect. So, okay, we've taken a whole lot of stuff out, so of course we have to add a whole lot of stuff in. So we've got lots of good vegetables and fruits going in there, lean animal proteins, lots of plant proteins, of course high antioxidant fruits as well, lots of healthy fats. We do quite a lot of gluten-free grains on the cleanse as well, and obviously seeds and nuts and other fibers. So it's not too bad. Does that look like quite a nice, nutritious plan to you? Yes. There's no kind of starvation going on, which is fantastic. And of course, with cleansing, once is never enough. I have to break it to you. If you cleanse for 10 days, that's great, but don't expect that to cover you for the rest of your life, because every single day you are going to be picking up toxins from the environment, every single day. So we recommend that every 3 to 4 months you go through the Healthy Starter program. You know, for example, most people like to do one in January, kind of post-Christmas. coming to spring, and then obviously post-summer, September, etc. And then maybe if there's a special occasion, going on holiday, you might throw another one in there in the year somewhere. And then after the cleanse, or in between, you should be maintaining your results of liquid chlorophyll. So it's not just to drink that while you're cleansing, it's all the time. Super supplemental, which is obviously our high-quality multivit. Liver health formula, just to keep your liver in good shape. And I think of liver health formula as like a multi for the liver. I know it's not really a multi-supplement, but that's how I look at it. It just keeps the liver doing its thing day to day. And of course, Zambrosa, which we already mentioned. So that's it from me. I hope you enjoyed that presentation. Thank you very much.